Hey guys, it's Captain here from NAMM 2018. I am here with Bobby and Brian from Dunlop, USA.
2018.
And
2018, can you believe it?
It does happen fast.
oh, you got it. That's cool.
I'm sitting in
We're on the double mic.
Yeah.
As always, there are plenty of new pedals from Dunlop, covering the Dunlop brand, the Way Huge brand, and the MXR brand. And Brian is going to do a spectacular job, no pressure, of taking us through these new and exciting pedals.
So what I want to start with is the Mini 535Q. Comes in a little tiny little package. We kind of narrowed down the selection. Instead of 6, we picked our 4 most popular favorite voicings from the big 535Q and crammed it into the little fella. There is a Q adjustment that adjusts the Q factor to make it more subtle, or more quacky, as I like to say, Q. And there's also a volume trim that you can adjust the volume of the push button boost on the side, which these functions are available on the large 535Q as well. And here is what it sounds like. I'm going to turn the Q up. I'm going to turn the boost. Well, I'll let you hear that. And we will start from the very back position, the number 4 position. It's going to be darker. And then we'll bump up to the next one, which is my favorite, number 3. It's going to have a little more top end to it. And then number 2 is going to have even more high-end information. As we're going up the spectrum, it's going to be going up. So the heel will also go up as well with the toe frequencies.
Have you bought new shoes for the show?
I did get new shoes.
Yes.
Because you know why? I'll tell you one thing about these shoes. They're made out of foam, and they're very light, and they're squishy. And when you're on this cement floor all day long, I don't know about you, but my feet, they start barking. They get mad. But plus, you know, I'm going to be on TV. I need to have some nice
gotta have
kicks
some nice
going
shoes.
on. Because I read the comments.
That's all.
Don't read the comments.
I think that's when you did the mini
read the
launch
comments.
about 2 or 3 years ago. You had some really nice leather shoes on like that.
I did, specifically
Sales
for
of
that
leather
reason.
shoes went through the roof.
I'm telling you, man,
after.
you got a
What's
style on the feet.
for the guys at home that aren't familiar with the 535, even the bigger one? What's the deal with? Why would you buy a 535 over a regular Dunlop one?
Because you have 6 voicings as you switch through the dial on a regular 535Q. This one has 4 different voicings, 4 of our favorite voicings.
Yeah.
So basically you can find your tone easily and efficiently. And if you have different gigs, if you have a bar gig on the weekend, you have a church gig on Sunday after you show up hungover to
Yes.
church, you need a couple of different voicings depending on what the band's needs are. You have kind of a Swiss Army knife of,
Right.
a wall. Here's what the boost sounds like. Here's the boost not engaged. And then here's the boost engaged all the way up.
And is that the same? Because on the 535, the boost is designed to be kicked, isn't it, from the side?
Right.
Same
And you
thing?
can do this as well.
I can't really see it there.
Yeah.
It's got that little red nuclear button.
Well, this one is black.
Ah,
It's black.
Please stealthy.
stealthy boost.
It's a stealth
Stealth boost.
Stealth knob.
Sounds great.
I'm gonna move.
And this also has true hardwire bypass, which is, something to note.
Yeah.
So,
Ladies and gentlemen, Bobby Cedro, senior engineer.
yes, once again, hi guys.
A good-looking fella knows what he's talking about. I'm going to move over to the Sugar Drive. The Sugar Drive is our version of a mythological overdrive.
Right.
You guys can put that all together. You say it, I'm not gonna. But it's a transparent overdrive. Most of the guys that use this type of overdrive, Warren Haynes, Jeff Beck, John Mayer, I think a lot of times they just use it, they have it on, and they just kind of use it as a tone conditioner.
Yeah.
In this instance, you could use it as a boost,
Yeah.
a dirty boost for leads, a regular overdrive, or as I call a tone conditioner.
Yeah.
Right now, everything's just kind of a little bit close to noon. Here it is, bypassed, and so you hear it's very transparent. I'm going to turn the volume and the drive up a little bit and the tone up a little bit. And then I'm going to turn the drive all the way up. So it's got got a nice little peak mid to it. It's got a nice little bite to it when you turn the drive up. But most people would probably turn the drive down, turn the volume up to give them just a real nice kind of.
Did you come up with the name?
I did not.
You did not,
personally,
because
but I endorse it. I
Whoever
definitely
did
endorse it.
came up with the best name of any product we've seen so far at the show.
Yeah!
Because everybody loves a bit of sugar.
Absolutely. And it's got a buffer on the side, I saw.
Yeah.
On and off buffer.
Yeah, the switch can be. Go ahead,
Yeah.
tell them, Bob.
Well, essentially, long cables, or it's a tonality thing between another pedal. Let's say if you have something that wants to see high impedance, this one has a bit naturally a lower impedance. So with the buffer, you unload the circuit that's in front of it.
Yeah.
And it's really important so that depending on the guitar you're using, if you're using an active pickup, it doesn't matter. But all different guitars with different impedances, you can make it to mix and match. Some people like that roll off that happens.
I like it.
So
I like a buffered pedal. I mean, the mythological pedal you are talking about is a
it's
buffered
buffered,
pedal.
yeah.
Well, some were and some weren't. There was
Really?
a bunch of different versions of this pedal, and some were buffered and some were not buffered. And some of the models actually had a switch.
Yes, but that was the
I don't
one
know
that's
what
got
you're
3
talking about.
letters in it.
I don't
It's
know what
got
you're talking
It's
about.
almost always better and almost always worse
Wait,
on the
So
side
here's
of
the
it.
thing.
We're talking
this
about
is this is not a clone of that mythological pedal. This
No,
is
that's the next version.
This is our version of that circuit design with
Okay.
our own voicing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
we're
yeah,
not
yeah.
trying to just.
We're talking about a Boss Metal Zone, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's the one,
I
yeah.
thought so.
Methodology.
Yeah.
Plus, internally, we increase the power supply so that it actually does have the headroom.
Yeah.
The double
I like
the
it.
headroom.
Is there
Which
any
breathes nicely.
reason why it's been made in the mini size?
Well, because first off, we can.
Yeah.
But also, we find that a lot of guys are going smaller and lighter.
So
and
they can have more pedals on their board.
Exactly.
No, I get it, but there's no. It's not like this is the cut down version of a different one. This is just the one. The
No,
Sugar Drive.
we went with this format just because we thought it would be just a really good ascertainable for everybody who's looking to shrink.
Yeah.
And if you're not, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's fully functioning as if I put it in a double size box.
Yeah. No, it's cool. All right.
The same with the BC, the classic 108 fuzz,
Yeah.
which is loaded with the BC 108 transistor that is in the Jimi Hendrix signature fuzz face.
Okay.
This has an input buffer switch right here. It's also in the mini size because not everybody wants this big giant fuzz face on their board.
Yeah.
Fully functioning, the exact circuit, just shrunk down so you can have more stuff on there.
Yeah.
Just look how much stuff I got on
You've
there.
got a lot of stuff.
Loads
How
of
much
stuff.
fun is that?
There is
loads
a lot
of
of
fun.
junk in
Almost
your trunk.
On your trunk.
Almost everything on this pedal board is shrunk down except for the EQ, the reverb, and the carbon copy deluxe.
Yeah.
Everything else is small. And you know what? I got 13, 14 pedals on here.
Yeah.
Woo!
Legends.
I could do a tour with this board.
You can.
With 5 different genres.
The one thing to note, though, is that with the minis, you don't have battery power option. It's always off board.
But most people, run a power supply anyway.
Exactly.
I mean, or some form of battery, whatever.
Some external power supply.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely.
So back to the fuzz.
Yep.
Exact same thing as the classic MXR classic fuzz that we
Which
had before.
remember was in a bigger box.
Just,
Yeah.
just smaller, and it sounds awesome. Bypass. Now that's with the input buffer on.
It's juicy.
Input off. A little more darker. Still cleans up real nice, like a fuzz face would.
The buffer switch isn't on the bigger one, is it?
Yeah, it is on the MXR.
Yes, it is.
But
And the
not
reason why
on
we
the
put it,
fuzz face.
because fuzz face is in a classic wah-wah. You can't put a wah-wah into that classic fuzz face circuit without loading down the wah-wah and really screwing up the filter, and it turns into an oscillator basically, which can be cool if you're looking for that. So the buffer takes that conflict away. So, but with the guitar, if you plug it straight in, you also hear the high end come up, because the buffer is unloading the guitar as well. So it really offers two things. Fixes that one problem, also brightens up a guitar with the
And makes it so
wah-wah.
you can fit more stuff on your board.
Did you mention that?
Yeah, thanks for mentioning that.
More
How many times
stuff.
I keep mentioning that? Are you guys hip to the Russian pickle?
Oh, I love the
I
Russian
think
pickle.
we've seen the Russian pickle.
This is the smaller version. as
Oh,
you can
okay.
see.
Yeah.
The
Yeah, yeah.
Russian pickle is big like this one over here.
Yeah, that's like
The
this.
pork and pickle.
Right.
And as you can see with the one next to it, which is the blue hippo, that's the size difference.
Super pedal board
Blue Hippo
friendly
is a
with the
great
plugs
chorus
on the
pedal.
top.
Plug's
Blue
still on,
hippo
yeah.
is a great chorus pedal.
And what, are you sacrificing anything by going to the smaller casing in terms of knobs or
Space.
functionality?
Yeah, it's just space.
You're gonna have more pedals
So
on your
there's no-
board.
It's literally
man.
exactly the same
Exactly.
circuit. Okay, cool.
Same bucket, classic
So
bucket
why
brigade.
then are these replacing the bigger ones?
That's a good question.
I believe the octopus is, yes, and the hippo.
The hippo's finished
is,
anyway,
Is a
wasn't it?
finished
But
thing.
the
So this
Russian
is
pickle
kind
is-
of a resurgent. The Russian pickle, the big one, we're no longer going to
Right,
make.
so these are just going to replace
Yeah,
the bigger. It
yeah.
makes sense. It's not much point if,
It
if
really
it's the
does.
same circuit with the same knobs on it. It doesn't make any sense to just make a bigger
No,
one, does
yeah,
it? For the,
no.
for the let's
people
have a
like
quick
a bigger
listen.
Russian, but-
well, I heard. Yeah,
Russian
I-
A big pickle. Not necessarily a big hippo.
I just want to take a big bong rip right now. Do you know what
it's
I'm talking about?
huge. It sounds great.
I love that. It's such a good.
It's way
pedal.
huge, but in a small box.
Yeah, it's
way
way
small.
I
huge,
think-
way small.
I think a lot. George's fuzz. He's a real fuzz genius, isn't he? Because what's
he's
the
a little fuzzy, all right.
what's my favourite? It sounds a bit like germanium. Maybe that. No, Javelina. The Javelina.
Oh,
The
it is
Javelina.
germanium.
Yeah, I didn't. but the Javelina fuzz is
Javelina is cool.
epic.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Yeah.
I like my favorite pedal that he makes is the Red Llama.
Right.
With the,
Okay.
With the tone knob.
Just the old
Yeah.
school. Just.
well, the 25th anniversary.
Okay.
It's got that tone knob. I don't know. It's just, to me, it kind of gives.
Yeah,
it
the other one
tweedy-
didn't. The other one didn't have that tone knob.
tone
So
knob.
there was just two.
I was crying and begging and having a temper tantrum. Please put a tone knob.
Let's go Blue Hippo.
I remember that.
Blue hippo.
Let's go Blue Hippo. Blue Hippo is an
Every
analog
morning.
chorus. Oh, I never meant to cause you any trouble.
Compression.
Very classic,
Yeah.
very jangly, but still warm. And it also has a really cool vibrato setting, which Brian actually likes. Brian, you want to put that
I like the vibrato because you can speed it up, get a little depth out of it, and then if you want to mess around and get a little stupid. So you get a little Leslie effect.
So Blue Hippo, you're kind of thinking people that are looking maybe for like a Boss CE2 or something like that and can't find one on eBay.
You know what?
It's that
I
kind of
wouldn't
vibe,
say
isn't
that.
it?
I wouldn't say
Ooh,
that
I
at
wouldn't
all.
say that.
Because this is a completely different circuit. I think it's run with a different component that's actually really, really hard
Yeah,
to find.
it runs with a different bucket brigade, but at any rate, it's voiced different. George, he takes the best of what was classic and
Yeah.
kind of gets a revoicing or the best of all worlds.
Who was the famous Blue Hippo user? Was it Mike Landau or something?
Dr. Zeus.
Dr. Zeus. he had a pink
That's
hippo,
his
I
wife.
think, didn't he?
He's talking about.
I'm sure it was Mike
strangling
Landau.
her. Oh, yeah, it was Landau.
I'm just,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
just
Landau.
trying to bring some
No, you're right.
seriousness
He's
to
trying
this.
to be serious. It
I
is
am.
Michael Landau.
So there you go.
Dr. Seuss Mayer.
I said Dr. Seuss because I didn't know.
That's fine. And Aquapus that's a hugely popular, way huge pedal, and now we just got a compact version, right?
Yeah. 300 milliseconds to 20 milliseconds.
Such a good.
Sounds great.
For all you John Mayer fans out there, that's what he.
Oh
likes to use
really?
That one.
I'll
Yeah.
take two.
John Mayer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's a.
So
he's
it's
a-
only
yeah, you like
300
that one, yeah.
milliseconds. So here's what it sounds like.
Oh.
That's as slow as it'll go.
Okay, so now this is a difficult one for me here. So I've had a carbon copy on my board for about 4 or 5 years, probably
What
maybe
took
even
you so
longer. Yeah. Why wouldn't I Oh, what's that funny noise?
Regeneration.
Oh, I see. Should I change it for an Aquapus? I mean, what? I know you
Well,
can't.
the carbon copy
No.
is 600 milliseconds to 20. Yeah,
Right.
What did I do? Yeah, 20. Yeah, and it's voiced different. I mean, again, it's ice cream. Why should I go from chocolate to vanilla? I mean, or
And you said the
strawberry?
maximum
both, man.
is 300 on that
There
one.
you go.
And you get the modulation on your.
So I
on
need
the
this for
carbon
kind of
copy.
slap back and the
Carbon
carbon
copy.
copy
That's how
for
I
sort of
use it.
slightly longer.
But I would trade your carbon copy in for the carbon copy deluxe.
Yes.
No, but, okay, so you need to sell this to me then, because what
Okay.
does this do that I can't do on my carbon
Tap
copy?
tempo.
Okay.
At the same time,
I
man.
was in stereo.
So here's the deal: you're on a gig. Your drummer starts getting drunk,
Yeah.
and he starts slowing
You mean,
down.
what do you mean start getting drunk?
Well, he gets drunker and
You're
drunker.
drunker.
And then you tap it in to match the. Let's get a little juice on here.
Juice!
It does sound different to the Aquapus, doesn't it?
Well, because this has the.
I
bright
was about to
switch.
say it was brighter, but that's
So
because
you
pressed the
have
bright
you have a
switch.
couple of different functions. You have a tap tempo that's different from the regular carbon copy. You have the carbon copy bright switch. You can also toggle through a bunch of different note assignments,
Tap divisions.
tap divisions, what he said. And to me, I'm going to say this right now. I'm not really a modulation fan. This has the best modulation sound that I've heard out of almost all of our pedals.
Yeah.
I'm not really a
I like
chorus
it.
guy, but this modulation, I don't know what Bobby did, but he made it so musical and so beautiful. Maybe he could tell you a little bit about
Well,
what's
I
going
don't
on
want to tell
there.
too much, but basically what I did, I linearized the digital modulation.
You get that?
get all that?
Obviously.
Linearize the
Okay.
I don't know why I didn't think about that. but-
And also, it has a whole book full of features that you can do. You can do some syncing with
'Cause
other.
you don't have speed and you don't have any control over the modulation on the carbon copy, do you? You just turn it on
It's
and off.
internal.
It's internal. Yeah.
See, I've owned it for like 5 years
So now
and
they're
never
on
opened
the
it up.
outside.
But over here, and then you have
And
like
this one sounds like-
modulation light.
Oh, I can't do the last note, or there will be copyright infringement.
Oh, we'll be all right with that.
And then here's what it sounds like with the mod off and the bright on.
So that is just it sounds just like my carbon copy pedal.
And there you can put an external expression in there where you can use the any kind of volume pedal, one of our volume pedals to
Sweep between
to sweep
settings.
between settings. You can also use a tap tempo external, and you can
Toggle
actually
between
toggle between two different
settings.
settings. There's all kinds of crazy shit in this thing.
Do you know anyone in Dunlop Artist
I
Relations
know a
that could get
couple
me a
guys. I
free
know a
carbon copy deluxe?
Hey, let me tell you something. Nothing's free, pal.
What? Nothing.
Nothing
Oh, I
is
see what
free.
you mean. Well,
Now
I'm not.
you
Well,
get
I'm
it.
not doing that. I'll just fucking buy one. It's fine.
I would. Look at it. I do.
That's the actual.
I'll do it. I'll do it.
So
And
Carbon
that goes
copy
from
deluxe is amazing.
1.2 seconds to 40 milliseconds.
Well, it's jolly kind of you to show us through this. It's always a pleasure to come and see you. Yeah, it's my
Jolly.
English thing.
I love that.
Jolly.
Thank you
good.
so much.
I'm just gonna start using that jolly, and with my screwy California American accent,
Jolly.
I just start using jolly.
Johnny.
That's
Well,
jolly
jolly.
good.
Well,
Sounds
jolly,
better with the
jolly
accent.
good.
Nobody say jolly
Would you
what?
say jolly good? Yeah, jolly, good.
You
Jolly
just said
good.
jolly good.
Jolly good. Yeah,
Jolly
you would
good.
say that.
Say jolly. It's a weird word, man.
It's a great word. Anyway,
I love it.
Jolly George
We're
Trips.
there.
He's coming to England in March or
Oh,
February. No,
yeah.
end of February,
Yeah.
and he's coming on
I wonder if he
Andertons
needs to
TV.
come Madam Boy. I'd like to go out there too.
Well, there you go. Come along. Absolutely. Right, okay. If you guys buy enough of these, they can afford to send Brian out too. Play us out.